When the smoke cleared yesterday, the crowd of the faithful went wild to welcome the first American pope in church history. Yeah. That's right. An American. Chicago native Robert Francis Prevost, known as the Latin Yankee around the Vatican, has chosen the title Pope Leo XIV. What do you want to bet Trump says the election was stolen? So, what have you got to say about this? Who are the Catholics here, anyway? I know.
Oh, two.
Oh, you too. I am a lapsed Catholic, but I'm a Catholic.
I'm a sinful one.
You're a sinful Catholic.
We might want to start with Sunny then.
I'm a devout Catholic. Look, I always think it's exciting to watch the conclave and look for the black smoke and the white smoke and just the ceremony of it. You know, during these very trying times in our country, we certainly need spiritual leadership because of some of the things that we're experiencing. I'm a little concerned about this choice for the LGBTQ plus community. In 2012, he gave an address to bishops, and he lamented the popular culture fostered and sympathy for beliefs and practices that are at odds with the gospel, and that's a quote. And then he cited the homosexual lifestyle and alternative families comprised of same-sex partners and their adopted children. I think that Pope Francis certainly made great changes in terms of embracing the LGBTQ plus community and extending blessings to the community. And I hope that this Pope doesn't roll back.
But I'm gonna give him come to that in his time. This guy's
so I think it's important that we know that what you're quoting from is from 2012.
I said
in 2012, right? But what I'm saying to you is, in 2012, there were even a lot of American politicians who today are pro-gay marriage and pro-equal rights who were not. So maybe, you know, with the weight of the papacy and the idea that he just said when he went out on the balcony that the church loves everyone and was inclusive in his first message. So until we see otherwise, I think we need to pray and hope that he follows in Francis' footsteps in being inclusive, forgiving, compassionate, welcoming, and speaking up for the marginalized, speaking up for the poor, speaking up for the migrants, speaking up for the targeted, speaking up for all those people that today feel alone, and that Francis said, you have a mother and a father in the Catholic Church. He became a citizen of Peru, and there he advocated for the poor. So that gives me, it's very,
migrants as well.
It's very hard to live in a place like Peru, where there is extreme poverty, be a pope of the streets, where you're walking among the poor and the needy, and I think not develop some great sense of compassion. Francis he presided over one of the most revolutionary reforms that Francis made when he added 3 women to the voting bloc that decides which bishop nominations to forward to the Pope, because in addition to LGBTQ, in my view, the Catholic Church needs to give women their rightful place and some more equality.
I'm not a Catholic. I grew up a Presbyterian, but I think any person of any faith, kind of a person of the cloth, is always inspirational, and to watch the ceremony has been great. But I also echo some concerns in addition to what Sunny said. The conclave looked past allegations that this Pope had mishandled or failed to act on sexual abuse cases involving priests in both Peru and the United States. And the probably dirtiest stain on the Catholic Church would be the abuse of young children. So to know that could have been looked past is difficult to reconcile for me.
I'm a Protestant, but I've always held the Catholic Church in such high esteem. I don't know how you couldn't, with 1.4 billion practicing Catholics worldwide, basically in over 200 nations, most of the world. This was one of the shortest conclaves ever, and it's the first American. He's a dual citizen of Peru and America. I'm going to pray for him and for the Catholic Church. They're an incredibly powerful organization. It's one Catholic charities associated with the Church, not the Vatican directly, are among the most charitable organizations in the world. They do incredible good. They feed the hungry. They clothe the unclothed. They show up for migrant communities. And while there are a lot of open questions, he does seem like a real advocate for the displaced, for refugees, and that's just a core tenet of both the Catholic and Christian faith. So I think he'll continue to be an advocate in that space. And it is just interesting. I mean, he's an American. That's a totally different experience to bring to the Vatican. So to see what that is like in this moment, I will pray for him, and I'm excited for my Catholic friends as they celebrate this.
And I will also say that Pope Francis really thought very highly of this Pope. And so that does give me a lot of comfort.
So no more taking alfajores and churrasco to the Vatican. Now it's ceviche and Chicago pizza.